Hey, so I wanted to share a little bit about why I started this Facebook group, Next Level Dentist, Rising Beyond Burnout. I've recently been through a phase of just pretty dramatic crash and burn in my dental career through stress, undiagnosed mental health stuff, depression, anxiety. Panic attacks are new for me, which suck. If anyone of you has been through that. A lot of marital stuff and a lot of personal change, a lot of personal growth, but some pretty embarrassing public failures. I've lost $600,000 in a year, even more later on when we were doing stuff with multiple practices. I've walked away from partnerships that were very painful, partner divorces, and just struggled with coping, struggled with stress management, struggled to be present with my family, and even things that used to be really important, like my faith, started to slip. And I've had to make a lot of course corrections. And through all of this, I didn't have a lot of people to talk to it about. I felt alone and trapped. And the more I've opened up about all those things, the more I've realized that there's a ton of dentists who are going through similar crap, and we all just think we're alone. We all think we're the only ones not successful. We're the only ones. The grass is greener on the other side. We see the Instagram version, the Facebook version of each other's lives. And there's incredible power in opening up and sharing the stuff that's hard, but it's also hard to know where to do that and who to trust. And my hopes is that this can be a space that we can maintain that. Just a little bit of a background. If you don't care who I am, that's totally fine. I get it. My name is Dr. Richard Lowe. I graduated from Midwestern University in Arizona. I did the Army scholarship to pay for dental school, got out in 2015. I actually worked for Dental Town, Howard Ferran, producing their podcast. And then I started my own while I was still in the Army, 2016. As a new grad, talking about practice ownership. I wanted to figure out, how do I buy a practice once I eventually get out of the Army, and buy a good one, not buy a bad one. And that podcast, called Shared Practices, blew up. It became the #1 rated dental podcast in the industry and has helped hundreds of dentists get through buying their first practice, buying the right practice, growing and scaling. And was really, really amazing to have that experience, to get to learn and share that journey with other people. And then from there, we started a coaching and consulting company. Sorry, I've got like an airplane. I don't know if you guys can see it overhead somewhere. And we started helping people evaluate and buy dental practices. I'm not directly involved in any of this anymore, so this isn't an ad for Shared Practices. Shared Practices is awesome. I still podcast for them. But it's also part of my burnout. So it's like what I've had to shift my relationship to. And then we started a DSO. We merged all of our practices, me and 5 other partners, and we started opening a chain of denture and implant practices. In the meantime, I had bought 3 practices with some partners, walked away from those in that partnership because I was too stressed, I was too burned out managing doctors. And so I was like, multi-practice is not for me. I'm just gonna own one practice. And I bought a denture and implant practice in Indianapolis and Castleton, and from there, that was one of the ones that I merged into this group. And sorry, I'm grilling. I had to switch it out. We're making some chicken for some friends who just had a baby from church, and I got Victoria here hanging out. So where was I? I've bought practices. I bought a denture practice, and in the first year of owning it, I lost $200,000 in the last 6 months. And then I locked in those losses with the decreased profitability of that office by selling it to my partners into our group. So I effectively lost $600,000 in my first year of practice ownership after having podcasted about it for 7 years. So that was really painful and really embarrassing for me. The other partnership I walked away from previously, I walked away from my equity because I couldn't handle the stress. And then I had a breakdown as we started to grow a nationwide group of denture and implant offices. Hey, babe.
Hi, Dad.
We merged up, started a dental group of denture and implant practices. We grew. The first year, we added 10 offices. The next year, we added 20. So we got up to like 35 offices, and I was the CEO of it all and completely unqualified and completely miserable. And I crashed and burned. My whole life fell apart. I stepped down as CEO. I stepped back completely. I felt like let a lot of people down. And I had to get diagnosed. I got another airplane. I had to fix my marriage and undo some of the damage I had done. And then even on the clinical front, I thought I wanted to be an all-on-4 doctor. I did a 2-year residency. Turns out I don't handle the stress of large cases well. I thought that was going to be my thing and that I was going to love that so much, and that once I was doing that kind of clinical dentistry, life would be good. It actually just got harder. So all of this to share, I've had a lot of failures, a lot of them related to myself personally and my ability to handle stress, clinical stress, financial, entrepreneurial stress, and that has held me back. So I've been figuring this stuff out for myself. Anytime I'm trying to figure out something for myself, I'd rather do it with other people. Things that have worked for me, well, and I guess I want to share with you guys. I also want to hear from you guys what works, what doesn't work, what you're going through, so that we can all learn and get better. I'd love to maybe start a podcast or a YouTube video and capture some of the real stories and examples of people who find purpose and fulfillment outside of dentistry and build their life into a life of fulfillment and happiness despite the stressors and despite all those other things. I've got a men's group right now that I'm running for dentists that want to lose weight and have a brotherhood and accountability called Next Level Fathers. I lost 50 pounds and put on some muscle for the first time in my life, and that's been massive for my mental health. I've had all the other things. I've had medication, I've had church, I've had therapy, and having a group of men where I could be open about my struggles and my addictions and my failures was one of the biggest unlocks for me, and so I started that for dentists. So if you're a male dentist and you're interested in something like that, reach out. I don't have anything like that for female dentists yet, and I don't know if I'm ever qualified to do that, but yeah, that's what I've got going on, and I should probably go play with that kid and finish grilling. So thanks for listening to my ramblings, and hopefully you can realize this is real, and I want to help. I want to make this good for me and for you guys.